Hello, What Culture? Simon Miller here with maybe, who knows, the last ever pro wrestling journey update. I mean, it depends on what we want to do after next week, which I'll get to in just 1 second. But I thought it was only fair to, give it an update. Here we are in mid-April and big things are happening at the end of April. So what better way to deliver that information to you in the style that we've been doing for quite a long time now. There's a classic, there were some ups, there were some downs. It took us probably a bit longer than maybe we needed to get here, but it's not the point. Sometimes it's about the journey. Sometimes it's about the journey and the destination. They say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Sometimes it's about both. And I certainly think, well, look, the journey's not over. Let's cut to the bit that clearly you've seen the title and the stuff you want to talk about. Yes, April the 28th in Newcastle for Defiant Wrestling in their 30-man Raw Rumble. Somebody has decided to throw their name in the hat and get a number. And that person would be me. That's right. So yeah, April 28th in Newcastle for Defiant Wrestling. You can come see me make my professional wrestling debut. Should that be something that is up your street, and I'm guessing if you're watching this, it's got to be a little bit up your street. Otherwise, I don't really know why you're watching this. So the whole process has been pretty crazy, as you can probably imagine. There's been loads to get done. I'm not saying it was a last-minute decision by any stretch of the imagination, but it's one of those things that came up quite naturally, organically, as people on the internet love to say. That does kind of mean... I'll say frantically, that makes it sound way too last minute. It's not at all, but I think more frantically on my end, because there's loads to get done, right? I've got to get my gear made, which I'm pleased to say I've got. I not only do I have two sets of gear, which I'm not going to spoil for you now. I think it's more fun that we wait until April the 28th in Newcastle at No Regrets. But yes, I have two. I have sort of a main gear that I want to try on and see what it looks like. I have some backup gear as well, but we'll see what happens with that. And just all the other things that come along with it, just kind of get my mentally get there, get physically prepared for it. And the other thing is, I don't think that regardless what I do, one of the things I've certainly learned from all my training is that really you really start becoming a professional wrestler or learn to be a professional wrestler once you're performing in front of a crowd. Now, I don't like to do anything clearly like, I don't like to go down the normal path that people like to go down to clearly, and I've decided, screw it, I'll make my debut on a massive show that's going to be on YouTube. So I'm sure there's every that's where my true learning, I think, and true experience will start, and that is something that's quite nerve-wracking as well to sort of make your debut in front of, well, on a stage such as that. Like, it probably wouldn't, maybe you could argue make more sense if I did a show I didn't tell anyone about. But hey, you don't turn opportunities down. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all those other cliches. And look, I think the point being is that, I'm going to keep training. Obviously, I'm not going to stop training. I'm going to keep doing that and make sure that keeps going on because, I'm by nowhere near a finished article. I'm not saying that. However, I think sometimes it's worth. That's what I'm looking for. I think sometimes it's worth just throwing yourself out there. And if I am correct, and that's where the learning process properly starts, then hell yeah, let's get go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's not procrastinate anymore. Let's throw ourselves out there. Let's be confident. Let's enjoy it. Let's see what happens. I think it's just worth, it's worth giving it a go. And, a classic is how life works, right? The last sort of, before I chatted to you last, I had to take a bit of a break away from pro wrestling due to some personal stuff that we don't need to get into. And then hilariously, just as I was getting back into it, this opportunity springs up and you're like, why does life work like that? But that's just life. That's how life works. And hey, again, I'm not going to say no to an opportunity, which you can already tell is the vibe to this video. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to see what happens. And no matter what happens, I'm going to learn. But hey, man, maybe I'll be successful. You just don't know. Put it like this. I ain't entering a Royal Rumble to not try and win that Royal Rumble. That's all I'm going to say for now. But yeah, the training itself has certainly been going well. Like I say, aside from the sort of the break that I had to take because of personal stuff, life and all of that. But yeah, it's one of those things where after a while, it becomes more, not a confidence thing totally, because there's still moves you need to learn and segments and spots and all that kind of stuff you need to piece together in order to get more confident as a professional wrestler. But I do think I'm at that point now where I've always been like, I need to know more. I don't know enough, or I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. And I think actually that's looking at it in the wrong way. I absolutely need to educate myself and put more stuff in the old brain. But I have the bare essentials now to sort of balance both, so to continue to train, continue to kind of refine my style, figure out what kind of professional wrestler I want to be, but also take the stuff that I have learned, that I am, sort of sure about, and then paste that onto a different environment. I think I don't think anybody should ever stop training, really, if you are training to be a professional wrestler. But I think there has to come a point where you just go, screw it, let's throw ourselves out there. And then we'll learn from that too. So it's all learning, it's all a training experience. You know, it's just how life works in general, even if we are talking about pro wrestling here. But yeah, you know, everything that I've learned sort of over the last, since we last chatted, has all kind of been the stuff you'd expect. Like, I've been learning new moves, doing matches, trying to get more comfortable with those, trying to figure out what my finisher will be, getting better at grappling, you know, working on my bumps and my flip bumps and all those kind of stuff. Happy to say the flip bump now seems to be down. Haven't had any more any more problems since you can go way back in the journey and figure it out. And like I always say, is it hard? Absolutely it's hard. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done, which is another reason why, you know, I want to have, I'll call it a full stop for the sake of talking, you know, this chat here, but I don't mean a full stop as this is going to be the end. Who knows where it goes after this? Who knows what happens at the No Regrets Defiant Royal Rumble? There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch it, or to come down. You should come down. If you want to come down and support me, absolutely do. It'd be great to see you there. Probably be a nervous wreck, but I won't show it. I'm good at hiding that stuff. But yeah, like I say, it's Saturday, April the 28th in Newcastle. You can go to wearedefiant.com to buy tickets. Should you be watching this now going, I need to see Miller? Because who knows what you're going to get. Maybe you're going to get the best thing you've ever seen. Maybe you get the other hand. we don't know. But I feel I'm excited. I'm excited sort of for all this stuff to come together. Like I say, the gear's on the way. Everything else that I feel like I needed. You know, I've been smashing in the gym to make sure I feel more balanced in that regard. Is it going to be intimidating? Absolutely. Stuff like, you know, Titantron, I call it Titantron still, videos, you know, music, all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not going to give too much away because I think it's more fun, more fun to tune in on the night. You can also tune in as well, you know, via the Fight TV app as well. I mean, this is going to be the craziest day of my life, but I'm excited about it, and I think that's what's important, you know. I have put a lot of work into this, and it's nice that there is going to be some form of culmination, no matter what that may be. And of course, before I forget, I'm kind of rambling here a little bit as I always do with these things. You can access the show as well on Defiant Access, quite literally, the service that will be on there as well. So, to summarise, Saturday, April 28th, wearedefiant.com for more for more information. Yeah, the No Regrets 30-man Royal Rumble. I don't know who else is in it at the moment. I know that I'm in it. This is me declaring I'm in that Royal Rumble. So if you want to come down, make sure you buy a ticket. Again, it's on Fight TV. It's on the Defiant Access subscription service. You can see it there as well. We're just going to have to see. You know, we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see. But it's happening, man. It's real. And again, I don't go into anything by halves. I throw myself into it. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I think this is a good time to, you know, see how far we've come and to see what exactly I've got in the tank when it comes to being a professional wrestler. So there it is. That's all I've got. Hopefully I'll see you there. Or hopefully that I'll feel your presence as you watch it through the magic of the internet. But hey man, it's been a long journey. Here's the ending. So let's do it. Not the ending, a new beginning. Let's call it that. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. All that kinds of stuff. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you on April the 28th in Newcastle, or again by the magic that is this thing called the internet. What a life I lead.